Hey guys, what's going on? It's Hulk. We have another commentary video, and today we're playing some Nazi zombies. I believe this is my first I've uploaded zombies. Thought I'd give it a shot with the Argos here. We don't get very far. I believe we get to round 17, but it was just a good long gameplay for me to talk over. I've got a few things to discuss with you guys, and I know it's been a long time since I last did a commentary, so again, as always, I do apologise for that, but I want to get back into it again. So yeah, this is some Nazi zombies on the first zombie, well, World at War map. I think it was my favourite just because it was so simple. I haven't really got any idea what these people are talking about when they talk about the rape train, all that stuff. I mean, I've sort of got the random, idea or just the gist of it. But I am starting at round 10 just because I thought that the levels weren't that interesting, and it sort of gets gets pretty intense here. The Argos goes down a few times. I don't think he's paying attention, and I mean, he is actually a really good zombies player. He's got a lot of good series on this channel, a lot of good strategy guides. So if you want to check out some zombie gameplay, then just type in the Mr. Argos in the user browser name or just on YouTube, and you'll come up with this channel, and then you'll find some good strategies. I don't think he's done a gameplay on this map. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, this is my favourite map, like I said before. So I thought I'd give it a shot, get some gameplay out. I do have some more interesting gameplay. I've got a 16-0 on COD 4 Search and Destroy. I know a few of you guys are asking for that, so I thought, why not go get some gameplay with AK-74U? So I did, and I have that. I just realised there was one of these articles I was reading on YouTube, or rather, I think it was YouTube, or maybe it was a random video, and it was talking about different zombie statistics, and I didn't actually know that when they introduced the perks, obviously this map hasn't got perks, that's why it's so good, no power or anything, it's just literally just holding down a defence. I pretty much just go on a rampage with a shotgun here trying to defend him. I sort of get a little rope train going around these little pillars. He was trying to tell me what to do whilst he was down. That's Argos. And so for starters, you do have 25 health as the player, and it takes basically 2 hits to kill you or down you when you're obviously by the zombies. And each zombie produces a hit of 20, if that makes sense. Basically 20 damage. And by having Juggernaut, it actually multiplies your health by 4. So it gives you 100 health, which basically means that you can survive 5 shots from zombies, or rather 4 shots, and then the 5th one puts you down. And I believe it takes about 5 seconds for you to get your health back up to 100%. I guess you can call it percent. But yeah, so if you didn't know that, that's quite useful to know. And this is me pretty much just trying to defend Will. I'm covering the back part of the map. He's looking down the doorway, and that's pretty much our strategy for a long time. I think a couple of years ago we were playing online, and I think we got to like round 19, and I mean, he's a really good zombie player. That's what he does most of the time. I'm a complete noob at it, so I want to get back into it, or rather not back in it, just into it, just get good again. But I do enjoy playing with friends. I do prefer playing 2-player zombies just because, I don't know, it's kind of easier because obviously each time a player joins there's more zombies. I think only 32 spawn at one time, I'm not quite sure. But obviously on this map you haven't got dogs or anything like that, so it's just a lot easier for me as a beginner player. But it can be harder as well because there's not much, or rather there isn't that many places to go and hide. So the Argos himself just started a new Road to Commander series. He just got a partner channel. I think that's what I want to strive for, not because of the money, just because I think I like the way it looks, the partner background, the all the perks you can use, the thumbnails. I really like that. I try to revive him here, but I can't just because the massive swarm of zombies literally overcomes me. And I think we were playing earlier on, and we actually survived by getting a nuke, which was so lucky. I mean, that sometimes does happen. We have a little fun game we play. I think it's from one of General Minus's videos. I've really been into his videos. He does like a lot of rage videos where he sort of pisses people off on the mic. He's such a funny guy, but whenever he kills someone he goes bomb down, and then whenever we get the nuke we do that. So a bit nerdy, but we all play Call of Duty, so we're all nerds as well, I guess to an extent. But yeah, so I'm thinking about starting a Road to Commander series. I'll see how that goes. I've got an account which you guys can add. I'll put it in the description. That can be my second account, so if you guys want to play with me, I'll be on there every now and again. We can play some COD 4 Search and Destroy, whatever. So I'll put that name in the description. It's Holtron, but the L is a capital I instead because obviously that name was taken, which is a shame, but it means a lot of people like that. And then it will end up standing in the doorway, so I can't get through. And I try hiding behind one of these things so he can't see me. But every time we play that's his little trick, and I do manage to get through right at the end. I think I trick him here. Do I? No, not quite. It was funny. And yeah, I want to say thank you to the people that always comment on my videos. I mean, I see the same guys over and over again. There's about 4 or 5 of you that always comment on my videos, give me good thumbs up, good criticism. I really appreciate that, and I do know who you guys are, and I really appreciate it. So I want to talk about films as well, because obviously this gameplay is quite long. I'm not quite sure where we are at yet, but I just recently bought over 25 Blu-rays, and I've been watching them. I've sort of always been to movies, but and in particular the horror scene. But I just watched Lakeview Terrace with Samuel L. Jackson, and that is a great film. If you guys have ever seen it, I really do recommend it. Basically, it's about a couple that move in next door to a police officer, and he's kind of prejudiced or rather racist to the fact that they're a white and then a black couple living together, and I believe they're married. It's just a really good story in general. I do advise watching it if you ever get the chance. I also watched Law Abiding Citizen, which is another great film with Gerard Butler and Jamie Lee Fox, I believe, or Elle Fox. That is another really good film. If you have sort of the mindset to understand this type of films, I mean, I didn't understand it first time around completely, but it is a really good film. I do really recommend those. So yeah, I mean, I hopefully want to get the partnership for my channel, not for the money like I said, just for the little perks. It's pretty cool. I mean, it makes it look pretty neat. And that's where it's kind of like I'm sort of got the OCD factor where everything has to be perfect, everything has to be named exactly the same, etc. So it's kind of annoying. But I've been watching the Superbikes recently. Me and my dad went to watch the British Superbikes up at Brands Hatch. I'm not sure if any of you guys were there, but that was an amazing experience. So good watching them. See, personally, I prefer MotoGP over Formula 1 cars just because it's more interesting. Like, the way they go around corners is so stylish. I mean, if you've ever had the opportunity to watch it and you go see it live, it is insane. We saw 2 massive crashes as well. One guy, it was actually quite sad. A couple of years ago, someone called, I forgot his first name, it was Jones, I believe. He died on one of the corners. And then there was another massive crash we saw right at the, I believe it was the 3rd corner of Brands Hatch. And obviously, if you know about Superbikes, they actually extend the map, or too much to call a G, they extend the track. But they were coming around the corner, and one guy sort of hightailed, and he sort of lost control of the bike, and it sort of wobbled, and he went down right in the middle of the pack. Of the riders, because obviously there's like at least 30 riders, and I mean, when you go around the corner, it's amazing how they don't hit each other. But they were coming around the corner, and then one of them sort of flipped his bike, and the other one went straight over him, and there was at least 4 of them that were involved in the collision. And the guy was on his hands and knees. He just got back up, and this guy, he was sort of like mid-process of getting back up again with his hands on the ground, and this other bike came flying like 60 miles an hour right into his head, and he sort of spun and just lay there, just like motionless. And it was so scary because everyone was like, it just went into deep silence, and it was insane. But we thought he might have died, but luckily didn't. Everyone got walked away. I don't think he was even concussed, but I mean, imagine getting struck in the head at that speed. It's insane. But those drivers, they do have balls. They're insane. Riders are, I look up to them. I don't race or anything like that or ride, but it's kind of inspiring to see them race. But that's pretty much into the gameplay. I sort of left it here just because I knew it would take a long time for my computer to render, and most guys won't sit through 15-20 minute commentary. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and again, thank you for the continued support, and I hope to upload a lot more videos in the near future. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you soon.